Welcome to the next episode of the Iowa Girls Wrestling Podcast. Today, I have Kennedy Burk from Denver. This year, she placed sixth at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union state tournament and then placed fifth at the AAU state tournament. And you just got done taking a trip with me and 80 of our closest friends. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. So the trip down to Florida, I kind of just want to get an overall feel for it. How did you enjoy the trip? What were some of the fun things that you did while you were down there?
It was a new experience for me. I had a lot of fun down there. There was a lot of things that we could do. Like, I feel like we had a lot of free time, which was a good thing. I was not expecting, like, to be able to, like, go around with shops. Like, it was really, really, really fun. I would say probably, like, my favorite thing that we did down there was probably, like, going to the beach or the beach workouts just because we had so much time with, like, our team.
Yeah, I really enjoy. So going down there to me, the beach is. I love the ocean. I think
Hmm.
the beach is great. Those beach workouts. I Rachel and Allie, that second one that we did, they came up. That was fantastic. I really think
Yeah.
that was fun. Um, as far as competition goes, tough tournament. There's a lot of people that don't understand how tough wrestling three days in the end of June is when we haven't really been on the mat as much. How did the tournament go for you?
I would say I kind of surprised myself. I was going into the tournament knowing that there was going to be a lot of tough competition down there, telling myself that just work as hard as you can and just give it your all. I was not expecting to win one, to be honest, but I think I surprised myself with at least winning a couple.
Awesome. That's great. And that's very true. I mean, if you, especially summer wrestling, and I tell a lot of people this, and I get around, I don't coach teams anymore. I go around and talk to people, that's
Yeah.
my job. But, I talk to a lot of people, and I don't know if I said this to you or not, because I said it to a lot of people. In summer wrestling, we don't have to worry about the wins and losses, right? It's not that
Hmm.
big a deal. But if you can use that for, that loss and be able to come back for the next match ready to go, it's still the same thing. Say you lost it in the quarterfinals next year at the girls tournament.
Hmm.
Do you slide out of the tournament because you can't recover from that loss, or do you go forward and get the next best thing third? And if you lose again, the next best thing is fifth, right?
Hmm.
So I think that's what's important about that summer wrestling. And I'll stop preaching there. Um, yeah, you were on a very good team. You guys ended up placing second. So,
Hmm.
what was your experience like with that team? A lot of really good wrestlers on it.
Hmm. I would say we got really, really close towards the end of it because we had just won our last match before going to the finals, and I think we all just got really, really like hyped up about that, and I think it was really fun. We had some great coaches and some great girls on that team.
Yeah. Speaking of coaches, Danny, I've been down. I think this is my third trip down to Florida with Danny.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. What was it like having Danny in your corner?
He was very like supportive. Like he wouldn't like he obviously cared if you lost, but like he never got like mad about it. He was like really supportive and like always brought the team up. And I think that's
Yeah.
like a really, really good thing to have as a coach because it
Yeah.
just
You
shows how much you care.
Yeah, you look at Danny and I'll tell you, he scares me. He's kind of he's a scary. He can be a scary guy. He looks, but he's such a big teddy bear.
Hmm.
He just one of those guys that you would never guess he's that supportive and cares as much as he does about girls and wrestling and
Yeah.
stuff. He's just a great guy. Did you get a chance to make it to any of the Grandview practices?
I think there might have, I might not have. I don't think
Might
so.
not have. How about the one that we did the night before? How was that practice for you?
It
That's a fun.
was
I
very,
like
very,
practice. I love practicing there though because it's such a
yeah.
cool practice room. Go ahead, tell me.
It was kind of hard because I haven't been on the mat for a long time, but I think towards the end I cooled off and I think we all bonded a little bit there. Got to know some
Cool.
of the girls.
Yeah, that's kind of the important part about that.
Yeah.
The trip is twofold, really, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, we do take the wrestling very seriously, right? I mean, and you guys did
Yeah.
a fantastic job as a team. Placing second is the only the second time we've ever done that.
Mhm.
Iowa has usually we place third or fourth or fifth, so awesome job. But then it's the other half of it, that reward of getting to get close to another 60 girls and meet
Yeah.
some new coaches and just get that experience. Speaking of the
Mhm.
experience, did you try any new foods down there or have some great food down there?
Yes, I did. I think my favorite of like all the food, because we went to a lot of different like restaurants. And really the only one that I tried something new at was probably like the seafood. I don't remember what it was called. It was the one of the seafood place. I
Was it
got one
on
of
the
the,
corner? Was it
yeah,
across from the taco place?
I think so. I don't really remember, but
Okay,
it was like a quesadilla, but it had like a ton of like shrimp and like scallops. It was kind of interesting, but I really enjoyed it.
good, good. And what did you do your last day for everybody went somewhere different? Where'd you go on that last day?
I went shopping with a group, and then that was really fun. We got to just explore like the entire mall down in Miami. And after that, we were gonna go to the beach and go ride on some jet skis. But when we got there, we figured out that they actually were closing in 20 minutes, so we didn't get to do anything.
Oh,
But
so
I had,
but you guys went out later that night though. Did you go with that group that went out later?
yep, we went
Awesome.
to Longhorn. It was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, how long have you been wrestling?
I think next year will be my fifth or sixth year. I started when I was in seventh grade.
Oh, very cool. So
Mhm.
middle school wrestling was your first time,
Yeah.
and you wrestle for Denver. And I'm going to tell a really quick story because I think this is a neat story. So the very first IWCOA, which was in Waverly, Iowa, in their gym, which is a big gym. It's way bigger than any gym we have
Mhm.
in Little Ridgeview School. But the Denver team did not have a girls' team. About 2 weeks before that was announced, they threw together a team. I can't remember how many they ended up getting, but it was close. Somebody donated money for uniforms. They all looked, I mean, they were nice. I remember right there with the two-piece. And I think they might have placed that year. If they didn't place that year, they placed the year after that. So Denver has always been a big supporter since, we started in that sanctioning thing. So kind of cool. And
Yeah.
again, I think we talked earlier. I believe we wrestled either this year or last year against each other in Fort Dodge, but I'm getting old and I don't remember those things. But placing sixth this year at the girls tournament, Iowa Girls High School
Mhm.
tournament. Tough tournament, man. It was really tough. Uh, Getting on the podium there is definitely an accomplishment. Um, but I like the environment there too. What are some of the things you like about the girls' unions tournament?
I really, really love how like everyone is so supportive. Like I don't remember, but like I think my mom took a video and like there was people that I didn't even know cheering in the crowd, which is just it really proves just like how much people actually kind of care about that type of stuff. And like I feel like there was a lot of different coaches there that were just like helping with everyone. I mean, it was a
Mhm.
really, really big tournament. There was a lot of people there.
Yeah. One of the things I enjoy about it the most is the back room. Because, obviously I get an opportunity to go down to Florida with 65 of you guys, meet a bunch of coaches. So I get the opportunity to sit and talk and, see people I haven't seen and stuff. So if you see me in the back room there, I'm usually yapping. My kids are usually yelling at me for holding things up, but definitely come up and say hi. Um, AAU state could have been tougher than the girls' union state this year with having both classes combined. And,
Mhm.
it was, I looked at your bracket. It was a tough, tough bracket.
Yeah.
You had two state champions in your bracket, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. And to come out of there in a fifth place is fantastic. So,
Thank you.
uh, what was your experience like at that tournament?
Um, I was really not expecting to place as high as I did because, I mean, last year I got eighth, and that honestly surprised me last year because I was not that good of a wrestler last year, and I think I really improved. And I had a lot more friends that I knew there because I've just made so many like along the way of my
Mhm.
career so far.
That's awesome. A lot of times that's what's really important about it for me
Yeah.
is, the wins are great, but you know what? You'll in 10 years when you still have friends that you made, that'll probably be more important.
Yeah.
You also said you wrestled Twin River Duels this year. You
hmm
wrestled for the East Buck. They create a team, so you had Dan as your coach.
hmm
Dan's been down to Florida with us before too. Know Dan really well. How is it having Dan as your coach there?
He was really, really, really nice. I think from the start, he told me because we had a couple of practices at East Buchanan in their gym, and he was always telling me like you can always come down here again, like go ahead, like we're pretty open, and it was just like okay, thanks.
Yeah,
He's a really, really good guy.
very good guy.
Mhm.
The Twin Rivers tournament, kind of similar to that down in Florida,
Mhm.
big dual tournament. You're kind of thrown together with maybe some people you don't know. What'd you like about that environment?
Um, hmm.
I mean, it was big, 100
Yeah,
teams.
there was a lot of teams. Um, I would say probably just like getting to know everyone. That's like one of the good parts about it.
Gotcha. Do you do any other sports at Denver?
Yes, I do. I do track.
Nice. What do you do in track?
I throw. I don't run.
I don't blame you. So I always give people a hard time about throwing. So how good are you at throwing that frisbee around in that baseball?
Um,
Hey,
I got better than I got better than last year is
there
all
you
I'm gonna
go.
say.
You made improvement there. That's all that really
Yeah.
matters. Um, let's learn a little bit about you and just get to know you a little bit better. Some of these questions about wrestling, some are just off the wall, crazy things.
Mhm.
Um, after weigh-ins, what's some of the things that you like to have? Like on it's Saturday
Honestly,
morning, you just weighed in. Yeah,
I would say probably my friend Ruby, she always brings me sandwiches. They're like rye bread with like turkey and mayo. It's really plain, but it's like the best sandwich I've ever had.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, how about you've weighed in for the last time ever, and you get to go out to wherever you want to go out to and eat. Where are you going to go and what are you going to have?
Taco Bell. And I'm gonna
Taco
have
Bell.
and I'm gonna have one of those cantina chicken bowls.
Nice. Well, and it's very good. I would have maybe picked a little fancier, but that's all right. Taco Bell is good. I've eat
Fast
there
and
quite a
easy.
bit. Yeah. So guilty pleasure foods. I love ice cream. Do you have anything that you're like, this is just absolutely love?
Probably rhubarb cake. I love making
Oh,
it. It's like my favorite.
yeah, I haven't had that for a long time. My mom used to make that all the time. I love
My
rhubarb
grandma,
too.
yeah, my grandma used
Yeah,
to make it, and I finally just searched up her recipe that she used to have, and now I just make it whenever we get rhubarb.
very good. That's awesome. Love that you like to bake. I love to cook myself too. Do you listen to music before you wrestle?
Yes, I do.
So what's the song? What's on your playlist that you do right before you go out and wrestle?
It's really a mix of different things. Depending on my mood, probably definitely rap. It really hypes me up. Just recently I started listening to like that only. So,
Gotcha. Is there any particular artist that you really like, or is it just kind of everybody?
everybody mostly.
Gotcha. Do you binge any TV shows?
Yes. I binge like so many I can't even like remember half of them.
Okay. Do you have something that you're binging right now?
The summer I turned pretty. They just came out
I've
with a new season.
I've heard that's good. Have you watched? So all the girls were talking about Love Island down there. Where
Yeah.
you watch Love Island too?
Yeah. I just
Uh,
started watching it actually.
I might have to pull it on just so I know what Allie's talking about. So, um, do you have a favorite movie or a type of movie that you like to
Yes.
watch?
I really, really like the Walk or A Walk to Remember. It's like a old movie. It's like I really like 90s type movies like that in like early 2000s.
Nice. I don't recall that one, but it sounds, I mean, I watched a ton of movies. I might have seen it. I don't know. Um, if we were going to make a wrestling movie, and this is about your wrestling journey, who would play you?
The Rock because he's strong.
There you go. Like it. Any idea what you want to call the movie or
Matt Power.
there you go. Like it. Like it. Very good. Um, it's your choice. Second period, coin flip. That everybody's deferred, so it's up to you. What's your favorite position?
Neutral.
Neutral.
Mhm.
What's your move off of it? What are you doing? How are you taking people down?
A lot of people don't like it, but I love headlocks.
Hey, if you're good at them. I used to do a headlock too. I did a lefty headlock, so a little bit different setup, but I hit more headlocks in college than I did in high school. So if it
Yeah.
works, If it works, don't fix it. On top, how are you pinning people?
Usually power half is
Power
definitely
halves.
definitely one because I mean it
It
works.
works. If it
Mhm.
works, don't fix it. And how are you getting away
Yeah,
on the bottom?
probably stand up.
Probably stand up. Gotcha. And you're going into your junior year, so you got a little bit of time to think about
Mhm.
this. But um, are you thinking about wrestling in college?
I really want to. That's like the dream.
That's the dream. That's the goal. Any idea
Mhm.
where you'd want to go, or is that too early in that?
Too early for me
Too
because
early. Too early.
there's a lot of different places.
Well, take a lot of visits, talk to a lot of coaches, make sure you find the place that feels like home. That's the best
Hmm.
advice I can give you. Um, After wrestling, this is a really important thing. I always feel like I can't wait for the group of girls that are in college right now to come back and then for you guys to continue it on. But are you
Yeah.
thinking about coaching or being maybe becoming an official at some point in time?
I honestly, that's something that I have been thinking about lately because I like there's so many coaches in my life that have really helped me and I kind of want to give back to them, I guess. That makes sense.
It definitely makes sense. Yeah, that's why I coach because I had great coaches
Hmm.
and it was without them I wouldn't be where I was at
Yeah.
today, and I want to make sure that maybe I give that same opportunity to somebody else. So
Hmm.
no, it makes 100%, 100%. Um, is there a moment like you haven't been wrestling a long time, but sometime in your wrestling journey that kind of changed how you thought about yourself?
I would say the match going into like the second day for like state, like the match before that, like on the first day,
Uh-huh.
that really changed because I think I was down by like two and I needed to get back up, like, and it was the third period. And I got back up and I really pushed myself that match and I won it. And I think that's what really like changed because I could just see myself having a lot more confidence and like knowing that I'm able to like push myself that hard.
That's awesome. That is really that's a great time to realize that you have a little confidence in yourself is that when it really, it really mattered. Not the wins and losses are everything that matters, but it kept you in the tournament and gave you something to really look forward to. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Can you finish this sentence? Wrestling has taught me to
be patient.
be patient. Good. Most of us aren't. I am definitely not a patient wrestler. Um,
That's like all my coach preaches.
it's actually probably waiting for that or not diving in. You got to set that shot up. Be patient. Set that. I
Yeah.
understand exactly what he's saying. Do you
Hmm.
have any pets at home?
Yes, I do. I have
Like,
three cats and a dog.
what kind of dog do you have?
Great Pyrenees. He's a
Ooh,
big dog.
it's a big puppy.
Hmm.
Um, is he scared of the cats?
My parents have just I have my mom's and at her house I have one dog and then at my dad's I have three cats. So,
Oh, gotcha. So they're
mhm,
split up there.
mhm,
Gotcha. Yeah, I used to have cats, but I got somewhere I developed an allergy for cats. If
mhm.
I'm fine to be around them, but I can't pet them. My eyes just it's horrible.
My
But
stepmom has an allergy.
yeah, I have a big dog. I have a American Bully and then a pug. And it's
Mhm.
funny because the pug is a little shit, right? And the American Bully is actually scared of the pug. And it's not like he's tough or anything. He's definitely not. But uh, if you could go on vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Probably somewhere warm with a beach. Like I said, like the beach is like one of my favorites. Probably like
Yeah,
the Bahamas or something.
that would be cool. Yes, I
Hmm.
love the beach. I love the ocean. I would, not that I don't like mountains and stuff like that, but I'd rather be warm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely would rather be warm. Um, I'm not a big superhero person, but I do like this question. It popped out. I ask AI for questions every once in a while, and this one came up, and I always use it. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Hmm. Probably like what's it called when you're like able to go like different places? I
Like
forgot what's
teleport?
yeah.
Okay,
Because I mean you could teleport anywhere in the world and like
there
you
you
could be
go.
like in the Bahamas any second.
And then back for school the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. Um, I get this. A lot of the answers I get are very similar in this, but I'll be interested to see what you say. Um, you're kind of in charge of making rules for wrestling. is there one thing that you would change about wrestling or change a rule or make a rule?
Hmm. Maybe more points for like I would say just like in regular high school wrestling to push like the
Hmm.
push out rule. I would
That's
love for
that's
that.
the majority of people say that. And I think
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great addition. I think it
Hmm.
would really help the pace of the matches
Yeah.
and just I think it would definitely help because you wouldn't get after you get pushed out once, you'd be like, oh, I can't do that. And we'd circle in and wrestle
Yeah.
in the center of the mat. So no,
Hmm.
great job. Um, Tons of great female wrestlers right now. Our world team is
Hmm.
stacked. Is there somebody you kind of aspire to be like?
Um, I would say probably email Elor. I love watching
Oh,
her. I always watch her matches. I see her TikToks everywhere.
yeah. Yeah, she's fantastic to watch wrestling. She's one
Mhm.
of the best, if not the best ever in the United States. But I like her TikToks because she shows that you can be really good but still have fun.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes that gets lost in
Hmm.
the idea of having fun in the sport's really important. So yeah, I really
Yeah.
like her too. Um, I'm going to give you a little opportunity, maybe a final thought for the day. I always give a little bit of time for that. It can be anything. Anything you want. Doesn't have to be profound, but you have the floor.
I would say if you're thinking about going out for wrestling and you're not already, I would say do it. It really does bring out like a lot of like new friendships, like new opportunities for you. It keeps you in shape. It's a really like good way to relieve some like anger for some people. Um, I would say just join.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I
Thank you for
will
having me.
definitely be talking to you in the future. If you're in Fort Dodge next year for that tournament, we'll see you. And of course, I'll see you at the state tournament. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna hit the stop button.